In today's video, I'm going to talk about this new gimbal from Insta360, the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro, which is a smartphone gimbal. Although this is a very small, compact, lightweight gimbal, but it has lots of new cool features, and I can literally say genius features that might change my mind and let me use my smartphone more often for some content creation. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video on my channel. I'm Photorabs, a portrait photographer based in France, and I like creating content about action cams, vlogging kits, and so on. This video is about vlogging with a phone stabilizer, a smartphone stabilizer. This is the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro that was sent to me for free by Insta360. But this video is not sponsored by Insta360, by the way. They didn't pay me to make this video. They didn't ask me to make any content about this smartphone gimbal. I'm using, by the way, the Godox Cube SE, which is a fantastic mic. It's so lightweight, so compact, and the audio is quite interesting coming out from this microphone. And as you can see, I'm using the tracking feature of this stabilizer, and I'm using it with an Android because I've been seeing lots of videos about people using this one with iPhones, but I decided to use it in today's video with my Samsung Galaxy S24 FE. By the way, I have affiliate link with Insta360. If you'd like to get this one, feel free to check my affiliate link down below. I've done on my channel lots of videos about smartphone gimbals. They have lots of cool features, AI tracking features. I got some smartphone gimbals that are compact, lightweight, and I got some others that are a little bit bulkier but with much more functions, much more features in them. But this one, it has this MagSafe capability, which is for me a game changer, because now my phone case has this MagSafe, and this is for me something much more easy to use and much more convenient. While you might think that this smartphone is perfect, a quick spoiler, this is not a perfect phone stabilizer. I'll get into that later on in this video. So as you see, this gimbal is a very compact and lightweight stabilizer. It weighs only 357 grams. It can fit in my pocket, whether in my sweatshirt or in my jacket pocket. And I can have it with me all the time. I don't need big backpacks to carry this gimbal with me. It can literally fit in a pocket, and that's a great point for this stabilizer. Add to that, it has a payload of 300 grams, which is not much, but it covers almost all the smartphones these days. For example, now my smartphone, my Samsung Galaxy S24 FE with a MagSafe cover, weighs around 260 grams. And if I add, for example, the receiver from any wireless microphone out there, whether the Holy Land, which is about 6 grams, the Godox Cube SE, which is about 5 grams, even the DJI mic mini receiver with the USB-C dongle, you cannot exceed the 300 grams of payload of this gimbal. And I borrowed the iPhone 15 Pro Max with a MagSafe case from a friend just to test it, and it is also less than 300 grams. So that means that the payload is very well thought, even though I wish it was a little bit higher. I watched lots of videos about this Insta360 Flow 2 Pro, and the first thoughts that I got is that this phone gimbal is more for iPhones, because with the Apple Dock Kit you can just tap on the stabilizer and then you can connect your phone, and you can use all the stabilizer features with the native camera app of the iPhone, which is way more interesting than using the Insta360 camera app. But with my Android, now even with the NFC tap to connect, I have to go to the Insta360 app in order to use the features that I want. For example, the tracking and so on. They do not work on the native camera app, and I find that this is something that I wish that Insta360 can improve and make a smartphone gimbal for Android that has exactly the same features, the same functionalities, but for Android, because why not? As I said previously in this video, I borrowed an iPhone 15 Pro Max from a friend of mine just to try this Apple Dock Kit and how it works, and whether it is beneficial or whether it is something better than what we can get from the Insta360 camera app. And I found few things that can work with iPhone that does not work at all with Android phones on this gimbal. I'll get to that later on. The standalone version of this gimbal cost about $170 US, but if you get the creator combo, which includes the MagSafe mount as well as a mini LED light that you can plug via USB-C on your gimbal, and that will cost you around $200 US. And for me, this is much more fun to get this MagSafe, because this is for me the main reason why this gimbal is quite close to perfection, is because of this MagSafe. It's easy to use and it's like plug and play, and you can start recording without mounting your phone on a clamp and so on. And almost all gimbals these days, they offer the reverse charging, because when you are using your smartphone to film throughout the day, you will be out of power. So having this reverse charging on these gimbals is a must in my opinion. And add to that, this one offers a 360 full rotation, which is very cool. You don't have any stops around the gimbal to stop it from turning 360, which is great. As you can see now, the gimbal is following me 360 degrees without even having any problems to turn and to do these 360 tracking. As you noticed, I really love this gimbal, and the main reason for that is the build quality, because it feels really premium, and I don't want a gimbal that I will put in my backpack that will break because it was against a camera or a lens or something like that. This one is very sturdy. I really love these tripod feet built in. This is something cool to have. We have a 1/4-inch thread on the bottom if I want to put it at a higher angle. We have also this extendable selfie stick, which is very stiff, very sturdy, and the rotatable head of this gimbal is very rugged as well. You don't have like a wobble in it. For me, it's something very cool. We all know that the rear cameras on the phone have greater image quality compared to the front camera on the front side of the phone. And in order to solve this issue, Insta360 added a selfie mirror on the back side of the gimbal, which is very fun to use. You can somehow frame your shot, make sure that you are in the frame. It's not perfect though, but it works. And they also made another option for those who are using iPhones. You can connect your gimbal to your iWatch, and then you can preview your shot on your watch. I don't know why they didn't make it to work with the GPS preview remote that Insta360 has for the Ace Pro 2 and for the X4. I wish they can make an upgrade or something like that to make it work on those watches, on those GPS preview remotes. That will be perfect. And if you are using an iPhone, you have another feature that is amazing. You can click on the top side of the screen, and then you will have a QR code. This QR code, you can scan it by any other phone. Of course, you need to have another phone that has signal or coverage, whether 5G or Wi-Fi. And then you can control this gimbal with the camera. You can stop recording. You can turn the gimbal. You can flip it vertically or horizontally. You can do everything from anywhere in the world. And that's something very cool. I saw a video from Philip Scraba with Alex Garcia on Philip Scraba channel, and that's really genius. I wish this thing can come also to the Android phones. So yeah, whilst we have lots of cool features on this gimbal that work perfectly with iPhones, we don't have an Android version, even though I'm using now my Samsung Galaxy S24 with the rear cameras. But yeah, I wish we had something similar for the Android users. That will be perfect. Add to that, I wish that the payload will be increased for the upcoming generation of these gimbals. And just before I end this video, I noticed something very important that works with the iPhone in a great way, but that does not work at all with Samsung phones, or with at least my Samsung phone, which is when you are using the Insta360 camera app. with an iPhone you can zoom throughout all the range of your iPhone, of the capabilities of your iPhone, while with an Android phone, with my Samsung Galaxy S24, you cannot do that. You have to go from one lens to another separately, and you cannot do a zoom from the wide lens to the telephoto lens at once. And that's, even if it's not something very important, but I noticed that when I was making my tests, and it's worth mentioning. So that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting and helpful. If so, don't forget to hit like, to subscribe to my channel. That's a massive help. And if you are interested in this gimbal, you can find it in my affiliate links down below, and that's a massive help for me to be able to create more content for you and to show you more stuff and to give you my thoughts about the new products that will be released in the market. Thank you for watching, and ciao for now.